Howdy, 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 and more howdy to you, beloved. Welcome to the Lady Walker Show. I am Lady Walker, yours truly. It is a plum pleasing pleasure to come into your home to sup a little tea with you. Anywho, I have an interesting show in store for you. I have a young lady who is going to be sharing with us her book, her newest book entitled The Girly Girl's Guide to a Fabulously Fulfilled Life. And I got to tell you, it is a good read, yes. And the thing about this particular show is that you won't see me sitting down interviewing her. You are going to see her strictly only, okay? But you are seeing me now. You are going to see me like now at the beginning, somewhere in the break, and somewhere at the tail end of the show. And it's just a new thing. I am just doing a new thing. And I'm trying to figure out how to word this particular segment that's coming up. Ladies sharing the limelight, something from that standpoint. If that doesn't fit, guess what? I have the prerogative to change that title. How about that? Anywho, the young lady is going to be sharing with you information in this book here, the Girly Girl's Guide to Living a Fabulously Fulfilled Life by Merieta Bayati. And if I pronounce it wrong, forgive me, okay? But she is going to be sharing with you who she is and what inspired her to write this book. And I am just going to give you a few takeaways that I gleaned from the book. And it is a good book. It's a quick read and all of that. And it got some pretty good information. One thing about me is I love information, especially information that I can apply to my life and also help other people, because y'all know we don't know it all. And thank God, I'm always open-minded to receive from other people. Now, let me give you something. I'm not going to give you everything that I gleaned from the book, but only just a few takeaways that I will be sharing with you, and I think maybe in my own words. Now, in one of the chapters towards the end of the book, she talks about give thanks. Give thanks to the things that you have been blessed with. Give thanks. And y'all know I have talked about giving thanks, having a heart of gratitude once upon a time, but probably many times. And I believe that you certainly should have a heart of gratitude, give thanks. Like, for instance, every morning you wake up, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord, for giving me life on earth this day. Sometimes we don't think that we have anything to be thankful for, but we do. It could be worse, but hey, it's better than it could be worse. But thank God for life on earth, and thank God for giving us the opportunity to be able to receive many, many more of his blessing. And she goes into her own way of explaining what give thanks is. And another chapter that she talks on is continue learning. Continue learning. As I said before, I love learning, and you are never too old to learn. Sometimes we think, oh, I already know that, or we think, well, that is not relevant to me, so I don't need to know that. Honey, open your mind. Don't close it, because you will not be able to get anything into that closed mind. You could be missing your blessing, but no matter how old you are, no matter how old you get, learning is vital. It's a necessity in life. Bear in mind that things are always changing. Things don't always stay the same. Things are progressing day in and day out in life. So you want to be open to learning. So many things are being learned. Do your research, okay? Scientists are discovering new things about this, about that. So I love learning, okay? Now, sometimes some things can be a little bit challenged to understand, but you keep researching and you keep digging until you are able to understand what is being said. But don't close your mind to learning, because it's important as you are growing. You don't want to become stagnated. So open your mind to learn what you can, and realize that you are never too old, neither are you too young to learn more things that can be vital to your existence upon this earth. How about that? Okay? Something else she talks about is be happy for others. Now, this is something that I gleaned from this book. And I gleaned a lot of important information from this book. I am only just sharing a few things with you, okay? as I said, it's a good book, and you don't have to just take my word for it. You don't. You can read it for yourself, and you'll be surprised at what you can get from books. Some people think that, what can a book tell me? Do they not realize that God has blessed many people to write books, to put information in a book, to be able to help them? And, there are people, they can get books on various iPods or whatever, iPads and stuff. I love books when it's in paperback or hardback. I love it. I love reading, and you can take it with you. And if you got a purse, even if you don't have a purse, this is a small book. And of course, you can read it in no time. If you don't have a whole lot to do, you can sit down and read this book, and probably, depending upon your reading speed, you can just flash through it like a flash of lightning, and you can just be blessed by it. And I am going to come back and share with you, Be Happy for Others. In the meantime, beloved, stay tuned. We are going to take a break, and we are going to come back, and I am going to introduce you to the young lady who wrote this book. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Merieta Bayati, singer, songwriter, speaker, social media consultant, and now author. I currently live in Hamden, Connecticut, but I am originally born and raised in Jackson, Mississippi. Yep, that's right. I'm right here at home. So let's see, I do so many things, but one of the things that I started out doing was mostly singing and songwriting. That's been a love of mine, as well as fashion. I've always been a girly girl, lover of pink, all things pink. As you can see, I'm wearing pink right now. I'm a big family person. I come from a family of 4. I am the eldest daughter. So there's 3 girls, 1 boy. I have an interesting background, born and raised in Mississippi. There was a lot of controversy and things going on coming from an interracial family. So that's something about me as well. So I am a graduate of Jim Hill High School, class of 2001. Yeah, go Tigers. That is where a lot of the singing and songwriting actually started. I was inspired by many events in school, just from like friendships, relationships, going through a lot in high school, and kind of being in a place where I was very insecure at that point in my life, and that might come as a shock to some people, but that's how I kind of coped with so many things that were going on, being in school, kind of being different from others in many ways, and a lot of people made fun of me for it. So that's where the writing came about. I wrote all my thoughts and feelings down. Some of them were happy songs, some of them were sad songs, but that's where all of the energy came. And I found out that's kind of what I'm meant to do. And I just kept going from there. And then college, I ended up moving away. I ended up in New York City, where I started college at Borough of Manhattan. From there, I went to New Haven, Connecticut, where I live in Hamden. I went to school at Albertus Magnus College. I did graduate there, Albertus, with a degree in business management. So throughout those years, I just kind of held on to the writing. Every life experience and struggle that I've gone through, I wrote it all down. And then I started recording the music and things like that. So I've been singing for a very long time and writing my stories down and actually putting the pencil or the pen to paper. A lot of my friends and family can tell you that. And, it took me to the point that I'm at today. As I mentioned, I am a speaker that is a motivational and inspirational speaker. I love speaking to young girls, young women at different youth organizations, at my church, to so many different audiences, as well as young boys as well. So pretty much anybody I can speak to uplift and inspire them, just letting them know that, you really can't be anything that you want to be. I had so many downsides of people telling me that I couldn't be this, I couldn't be that. And even people in my own family were telling me, you're not gonna make it anywhere. You're not gonna make it as a singer. You're not gonna make it as a speaker. And I felt like, I need to show you that yes, I can do it no matter what you say. So I want to encourage, other young women and young girls to say that, it doesn't matter who in your life tells you no. You have to believe that yes, you can do it despite of any odds or obstacles that come your way. And, I believe strongly in that. I really do, because, there was many times that I was just so discouraged. I really was. But but I had to push through it because, you know, ultimately I believed in myself. If you don't believe in yourself, then no one else will. But once you start to stand up, be confident, and like know who you are, then you can portray that to others. And then they're like, wait a minute, you know, if she's believing it, like I want to know who this person is. And you walk in that, whoever you believe you are. You just have to walk that out. And so I started to do that, and then people started to pay attention. So I tell anybody that I get in front of, like, you can do the same thing. I am no more special than you are. You know, I'm just like you. So if I can step out and do whatever it is that I want to do, you can definitely do that too. And that's my main message to anybody who I'm speaking to. Right now also I do social media consultant. You know, technology and being social and networking, everything is so important, you know, especially to businesses. Young kids are always online. So taking advantage of like social media is one of the things that I tell people. If you're going anywhere, you have to be on some type of social platform. I do social media marketing for small businesses, other musicians and artists like that. So I love doing that. I love networking, period, and putting myself out there and then being able to help others do the same thing. It's a lot of fun. So I love being online. I am super excited to announce my first book, The Girly Girl's Guide to Living a Fabulously Fulfilled Life. So before I actually get into the details of my book, I just want to say it definitely wasn't hard, but it definitely wasn't easy to actually go through the entire process of writing my first book. You know, I already had in my mind kind of like what I wanted to convey, like what message I was going with, who my audience was. And I think the thing was just like trying to just rush to get it out by a certain timeline. And I would say to anyone that's trying to write a book, do not rush it. Just go with the flow. You know, do what feels right when it feels right. Write at different times. Everybody has their own process of doing things. So don't try to follow someone else's process. I'm an author. I'm creative in my own way. And if you're an author, then you're going to have your own way of doing it. So don't try to copy what someone else is doing exactly to the T. Like you can look at someone and kind of get their guideline and their style a little bit, but don't try to do exactly what they did. So, The Girly Girl's Guide to Living a Fabulously Fulfilled Life. It is definitely a book to inspire young women and girls. What I really wanted to do was just kind of talk about, you know, different life lessons, life challenges, and some of the things that I've actually gone through, and that some of them I may be going through right now, but how did I deal with those things? I mean, we talk about everything from like health, beauty, and hygiene to, let's see what else, being honest with yourself. Talk about, you know, being at school, you know, being a teenager in high school, middle school, and being in a college, being on the workforce, you know, different things. So I'm going to look through my book really quick, and I'm just going to go through a few of the lessons, just a few. And I just want to let people know this is a very easy read. I know a lot of people don't like to pick up a book and read, and they're like, I don't have time, you know, all that stuff. But let me tell you, this is quick and short. I've had some people tell me they read it within like an hour or two, and I was like, wow, okay, that's great. So some of the things here, learning to say no, that's one section in the book. Sometimes you just have to say no. I was always a yes girl. You know, I didn't know like when to stop telling people, no, I can't be here. No, I can't help you with this. And then you run yourself ragged trying to please everybody, but you just can't do it. And a lot of times this is what I was doing. And then secretly I'd be at home crying because I'm like, I told them yes, and I just got to follow through with it. Like, you can't do that. So stop it, girl, stop it. Shoot. Let's see. Oh, make it happen. This is very dear to me. So I usually tell anybody, anything, or whatever you want to do, as I said before, you can do it. You're the only one stopping you from making things happen in your life. You have to know that whatever obstacles there might be, you have the strength to knock them out. You got to get rid of those. Oh, this is a fun one because, like I said, this book is for all ages, teenage on up to adults. And sometimes this may apply to like the older women. Play and laugh often. As you get older, it seems like people get more stiff and they feel like, you know, they can't have fun in their lives. That is not true. I think I'll always be a kid at heart, for one. I just believe that. Most of my family is. The older you get, learn to relax and have fun. And remember that, too, you were young, you were a kid, and you were playing, go outside, take a breather, put your cell phone down, put the technology down, go outside and swing in a park. Like, it's okay to do little silly things like that. Don't ever lose that, because that will in turn help you to have a more fabulous and fun life. Give back. Wherever you are in your life, you may not be at Oprah's level yet and, have millions and billions of dollars, but wherever you are in your life, know that there's always someone beneath you or doing, worse than you are. So if you feel like you can help that person, do that. Give back the little things that you can. It doesn't matter where you are in your life. Just know that someone is worse off than you. And I always feel like that. So I may not be where I want to be, but I'm going to help somebody else that's a little bit lower than I am and give back. There's a lot of other things in here, but I'll say one last thing: setting goals. Make sure that you do set some goals for yourself, realistic goals, and where you want to be and what you want to do. And I have a SMART goals actually worksheet in the book. The book is actually very interactive because it asks you questions about the things that are going in your life. And it just makes you think a little bit on what you'd like to do, where you'd like to get, and how you're going to do that. So it's a fun book, easy read for women and girls of all ages. I think anyone can take something away from it, definitely.
For book acquisition of the Girly Girl's Guide to Living That Fabulously Life and more, log on to www.merietabayati.com or email merieta.bayati@gmail.com or visit Merieta's Facebook page at www.facebook.com/MerietaB. Welcome back, beloved. I hope that you have been enjoying my guest, Merieta Bayati. And she has written a book called The Girly Girl's Guide to Living a Fabulously Fulfilled Life. Fabulously, okay? And I hope you are enjoying her. I think she is certainly a blessing to be sharing this information with us. So, once again, here she is. Merieta.
I do plan on writing more books. This is just one of many. I'm so excited. It's like once you do it once, it's like you get kind of addicted to it. And plus, I've already started many other stories and things that I want to talk about and share with the world, more personal stories, fun stories. So it's really something that you're gonna hear from me a lot more. I also tie this into my speaking, so a lot of times I just pull from the book now that I have, which is great. Singing, yes, I am still singing. I currently have music on iTunes, and you can just look up The Beauty in You. That's a very motivational and inspirational song that I have written with a friend of mine. And, it came from a place of just like, at the point when I was down and just thinking about like all the times that people had discouraged me as a teenager. And so kind of written the song for young girls, kind of inspiring them actually, and saying that, yes, you can be anything that you want to be. It doesn't matter who told you no, just know that, you are beautiful, you are somebody. It's like me telling them like, I see the beauty in you. Even if you don't see it, I see it. And then hopefully they will eventually as well. So definitely go to iTunes, look up The Beauty in You by Merieta Bayati. You can also find that on my website, www.merietabayati.com. I am on all social media platforms. Definitely find me there. And all that is on my website. I have a blog. I'm just doing multiple things. I have Camp Girly Girl for moms and daughters as well. And that all kind of ties in with me trying to inspire the young girls and moms, because the camp, I'm hoping that will expand. Well, it will expand. I know that. So visit Camp Girly Girl and learn more about that. And if you'd like to contribute and volunteer in any type of way with that, then let's make a difference together, because I do think that's important. And I really do think that, women in general coming together is a great thing. So if you are all about women empowerment and you want to motivate and you want to give back, then let's connect. Please don't hesitate to do that. Like, I'm here. I'm on social media. I'm out there. Just find me. Okay, thanks. So one of the most surprising things that I come to find about writing this book was just the amount of patience that it actually takes. I was like, wow. And I learned a lot about myself that, you know what, I had so much in me that I didn't even realize that I had, even though I'm very confident and so forth. But you learn a lot about who you are as a person even more, and like your style as you continue to write and share your story, and how vulnerable you can actually be as well. You're putting yourself out and you're putting your story out there to people. So, you know, definitely that's one of the things that I've learned. And then patience is definitely key. It takes a lot of time and patience and putting so much effort into what you're doing. Some of the people in the books that have actually inspired me in my writing overall, I would have to say, so I've been reading a lot of books by John C. Maxwell, and one of those books is How Successful People Think. And then sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. You might say sometimes you lose, but no, you turn those losses into lessons. And you know, it's so true. It really is. You can't look at it that way. You have to say, you know what, I'm gonna take this as a learning experience and then move from there. And then he's also taught me as well that, you know, while going through the process of writing, it's like you try to rush and get it done by a certain period, but you're cramming everything. Sometimes I would realize I would do that. I would spend one night and I'm just gonna stay up all night writing. But he's like, don't do that. Just do like a little bit every day. Don't wait till the end of the week and say like Friday's gonna be your day. He was like, just, you know, put in a little bit of time each and every day, and before you know it, you're gonna be done. And so I took that and I was like, yeah, you know, you're right. And he said, he used it like an analogy of like chopping the tree down every day. You chop at that tree little by little, and eventually the tree is gonna fall. So I actually applied that to many lessons in my life. Whatever obstacles I'm trying to remove, I'm gonna chop at it just a little bit every day, because you know what, nothing you do is going to happen overnight anyway, like success. And even with like self-publishing the book like I'm doing, you know, now that I have the book, it's my product, and now I've got to get out there, I've got to hustle it, I've got to market it, you know what, but I'm gonna do it every day, a little bit every day, and eventually y'all gonna see me on Oprah. I'm right here on the Lady Walker Show. Good Morning America. So, you know, the sky is the limit. Oh, and I just want to say too, my girls, Tia and Tamara, they were like young girls that like really inspired me when I was growing up. And I see them doing so many different things. So I kind of look up to women like that too. And they're still like, they're in Hollywood, but they're also like very down to earth women. They believe in God, they're inspirational. And that's where I take a lot of my inspiration from as well. So in the Girly Girl's Guide to Living a Fabulously Fulfilled Life. So the main takeaway from the book is basically letting mothers and daughters know that it's a great conversation starter, for one. Many days, you know, many parents are very busy working and they don't have the time to connect with their daughters and bond. So when a younger girl is reading this book, there might be some questions in here that they'd like to ask their mothers. And that's exactly what I want. It's a great conversation starter about many different topics. And then overall, just letting young women and girls know that, you know what, you can be great and, you know, live life fully and fabulously. That's what it's all about. We're here on this earth to be blessed, live life to the fullest, have no stress, and this book definitely gives you a little guidance on how to do that. So I just wanted to give you a snippet of the song that was written by myself and a friend, Monty Wooten. We partnered to write this song to inspire young women and girls, so I'm just going to give you a little bit of it, and you can go get that on iTunes. So. I know they told you you won't go far. I know they said that you're less than what you really are. I can hear you crying. No one loves me. No one cares for me. But I see the beauty in you. So lift your head in confidence. This is no coincidence that you made it this far. So dry your eyes. There is nothing you can do. I'd give my all to uplift you, 'cause I see the beauty in you. Ooh, 'cause I see the beauty in you. Available 99 cents on iTunes for download. Thank you. The beauty in you.
For book acquisition of the Girly Girl's Guide to Living That Fabulously Life and more, log on to www.merietabayati.com or email merieta.bayati@gmail.com or visit Merieta's Facebook page at www.facebook.com/MerietaB. Welcome back, beloved. Okay, I myself had a fabulous time interviewing Merieta in an indirect way, okay? It wasn't like I was sitting here and she was sitting there and she was just doing all the talking. No, it's just a new way of doing this particular show. But nevertheless, regardless on how the show was done, I'm pretty sure many of you were blessed. Okay, something else that I gleaned from the book that I didn't share earlier, and that was that one of the chapters she talks about is to be happy for others. How about that? You know, when some people are blessed, there are some people who somewhat get jealous, that green-eyed monster with surface. Come on now. We never know what that person went through to get to where that person is. So we need to lay low on that being jealous because someone else was blessed with this and that, and we want that, but we don't have that. Listen, be happy for others, then others can be happy for you, okay? Just quit being jealous. There is no need to be jealous. I know, but Lady Walker, you don't understand. Yes, I do. Been there, done that, have no need to be jealous of other people's blessing. All right, something else. My last thing that I am going to share with you that I gleaned from this book, and like I said, the whole book I gleaned a whole lot from. The next one is, now this one is so interesting. I'm not going to tell you much of anything about it, but it is great. I like the way she explains stay off life support. Stay off life support. And she's not talking about when you are in the hospital and and you are so deathly ill that you can't breathe on your own and you need a machine to help you breathe. It's not that. I like the metaphor that she uses, stay off life support, meaning you got to learn to be independent instead of looking for a man to take care of you. You got to learn to do things for yourself. You got to learn to bring in your own money. Okay, because she does talk about something on how she was in a relationship with this guy and he was buying her this and that, clothes, paying bills, and do you know what? What, Lady Walker? That led to him trying to control her. Okay, and it's sad that people would use that kind of supporting you to try to control you. So learn to be independent if you are able to. Learn to have your own money so that no man or even no woman who's supporting you financially can control you, because they will use it. Some of them, not all of them, will use that support to control everything that you do. And when you don't do what they want you to do, if they say jump and you holler, how do you want me to jump? It's not working that way for one. Well, in the meantime, beloved, it has been real. You know it has. And stay tuned for the next Lady Walker show, because I will be also indirectly interviewing another young lady named Brittany Presley, and she is going to be sharing with you her book. Okay, beloved, it has been real. Thanks a trillion for tuning in, and I will see you next time on the Lady Walker show. Ta-ta.